Okay, this video is called What Are the Gorilla and the Elephant Problems with Vegan Health Lifestyle? So basically, the low-fat vegan community is the good vegan community. There's a fake high-fat vegan community for chumps, but the real people who know nutrition and want the best results go low-fat, low-sodium vegan diet, okay? And there's a lot of really knowledgeable people in that group, and they know what they're talking about, and they get good results for the nutrition component. They're relatively good with exercise and aware that it's, you got to keep moving to use it or lose it with your physical fitness. They've got a little bit of awareness about the benefits of sunshine. They still, many of them wear sunscreen, but basically you learn more about sunshine. You want the nitric oxide you get from that. You want the sulfate for your glycocalyx or your endothelium, and there's your vitamin D, and there's other beneficial effects. But anyways, they seldom talk about personal goals, religion, and health. In modern society, because it's so disjointed, people are hesitant to talk about that. But, it's been well known. There's entire schools of psychology based on personal goals and meaning. Okay, you need to have that. That's been said long ago. Fyodor Dostoevsky, Viktor Frankl, and many others. Okay, Thomas Szasz. All right, so anyways, what else? Religion. Religion has a dramatic improvement in people's health, and that's well documented, but everybody's scared to talk about it not nowadays because Christians are being scapegoated, so people are afraid to talk about that. But that's a major component of health. Okay, but anyways, what are the really, really big problems, limitations of the vegan approach to health? First of all, they almost completely ignore toxins. And there's lots of toxins in non-organic food. For example, the glyphosate sprayed on the soy, which is the main source of protein for processed food. The atrazine sprayed on the corn, which is the main source of sweeteners for processed food. All these food additives and preservatives, for example, the fungal inhibitors are typically mitochondrial inhibitors. Okay, that's just one example. The food dyes are often toxic to the mitochondria or other aspects of metabolism and can have neurologic side effects. Tons of pollutants in tap water. Tap water is really not that well filtered for the population. They can't remove the estrogenics as efficiently as they should because it's too expensive. So those estrogenic chemicals are fat storage hormones. That can cause obesity right there. So that's sometimes the cause of obesity in a person who just can't lose the weight despite eating a relatively healthy diet, one would say. There's a lot of pollution and air pollution, chemicals that people work with in their occupations. And these things are almost never discussed, but they can be a major contributor to health problems. The air pollution in the sky, okay, that we've talked about in some previous lectures, and the metal that's in there. Okay, so that's a major issue. That's the elephant in the room, that the vegan health community is largely ignoring these things, okay? And these have not even just an effect on health, obesity, and atherosclerosis. They also have an effect on psychology, whether or not the person's happy or not, or depressed or anxious, like MSG, stimulant, aspartame, stimulant effects. Okay, now the next thing is, what is the 800-pound gorilla problem for obtaining good health, in which the low-fat vegan community is sort of missing on? They've done a little bit of work on this, and there are some lectures on it, but nowhere near as much as there should be. Not much awareness. If you ask the average person, what is the effect of EMF on the brain, what do you think are the odds? They're going to tell you, well, it opens up the blood-brain barrier and it opens up voltage-gated calcium channels. I doubt it, and that they will know what that means. Okay, so the EMF, I call it the gorilla because basically it sits wherever it wants. It goes almost everywhere, wherever it wants. And, there is much, you can't completely avoid it, but there's a lot you can do to avoid it as much as you can. The inverse square rule. Small increases in distance cause a big drop-off in exposure rates. And it's good to shield to the extent you can, things. So anyways, we talked about this in other lectures, but it's just a reminder.